This is Kate.
And I'm Bailey.
And these are our book boyfriends. I would just dance along because I think that the song Joe made us is really, really cute. Even if it's not actually playing for me. Anyways. Hi, y'all. We missed you. It feels like it's been a really long time since we've been in front of the mic, but for you
About a
guys,
month.
It's only been 2 weeks, so hope you missed us too. First off, I wanted to ask a question. Bailey and Joe, would you like to maybe announce something?
No.
Announce what?
You knew you were going to do this.
Who did? You did?
I said it
Joe
last
said
night.
you'd do
I
it.
was like, she's gonna bring it up, right?
I was like, you haven't even seen it since I
I
sized it.
haven't! I'm obviously more excited than they are because they're just sitting here. So anyways, they're engaged. There's the
Yeah, Joe
announcement.
and I are engaged. Joe was like, I'm going to do a trick and be like, oh, it's the other Joe. Like, it's a different Joe. Like, my name's also Joe, but her boyfriend Joe's a different Joe. He was going to try to, like, play it off like it wasn't fucking him. I was like, Joe, the only people who listen to this are people who know us. They know it's you. Everybody knows it's you. Like, there's no need.
There's no need.
Yeah.
I love that you called it.
No.
Called it.
That I would say something.
Oh.
Like, obviously I was going to say something.
I see.
Because you weren't just going to be like, oh yeah, by the way. So I had to do it.
I actually did think about it. I
Oh,
thought
really?
about doing something cute and doing, like, that book you like, Every Summer After.
Yeah.
They do 3 updates.
Yeah.
So I thought we could do that, but then I couldn't think of anything else. I was like, I got one, bitch.
You could have
I don't
done.
got another 2.
You could have done the 1, 2, 3. I got engaged. There you go.
What's that?
He counted down in the book.
Yeah,
to
but he
make
said
propose,
3
right?
things. Oh,
I said 1. I love you.
2 got.
Oh, I didn't. My
It's supposed to be
bad.
3 separate
My bad.
things.
Okay.
3
Nope.
things. It was.
And I had no other things.
nothing else in your life is going on.
Not updates.
Okay.
Still work. That's all I got.
All we do.
Yeah.
We work.
Yeah. I read some books.
Speaking of,
Yeah. Ooh.
what have you been reading?
So I recently, back up. 4th Wing, I'm obsessed. We all know this. I've talked about it many times. There was recently a release of an audiobook version made by these people called Graphic Audio, and I'm obsessed with it. Have you told your mom to read it yet?
I
Well, this
remember
is
telling her
Brandy,
not
read
to. Mama, read it. I remember telling her not to listen to the Love You,
Original.
Rebecca Soler, but I told her not to listen to that one because you had just bought or got the graphic audio one. And I was like, wait till Bailey finishes that, and I'll give you an update.
And I read it so quick, and I loved every second of it.
Yeah,
It's incredible. I don't know how they do it. I need you to listen to it.
I will.
But they just do like all kinds of sound effects. Every single character has a different actor.
Yeah.
And it might not actually be a different actor, but a very distinctly different voice at
Yeah.
least. And there's like wind, you hear the dragons growling, you hear them walking on gravel. There's like, if there's a tunnel, it's echoed.
Do you like
the-
Taryn's voice? Does Taryn's voice like do it justice?
It was my least favorite, but it wasn't awful.
Okay.
Like, it wasn't the Taryn voice I hear in my head.
Yeah.
But it wasn't the worst. Like, I think that's the one letdown of it.
Yeah.
And which I've heard a lot of people say.
Oh,
is
really?
That is their
One
least
letdown?
favorite. Like, they were like, oh, that's a little different than I read it kind of thing. But other than that, I like everyone's voice.
Yeah.
And, like, the battle scenes, you hear, like, knives clinking together.
Whoa.
When they cut, you hear, like, yeah. It's really cool.
Don't they have like an ACOTAR version too? Or
Every single ACOTAR book has one.
they do.
Yeah. Every single one. And they're doing Iron Flame. I went on their website. I went, hard.
Yeah.
And they're going to do Iron Flame. They're going to do Throne of Glass. They're going to do Crescent
Wow.
City. They're going to do, they have some Brandy Sandys.
Ooh, the Brandy Sandys would be good.
Yeah.
Bro, Mistborn, can you imagine? Yeah, have you read Mistborn yet?
No.
Oh my gosh. His
but
book,
yeah.
Mistborn, would actually be amazing as a graphic audio.
Because it's a little, like their whole saying, graphic audio's like, mantra is a movie in your mind.
Yeah.
And it really was.
Oh,
like,
cool.
It is incredible.
Yeah.
So,
I'm thinking about the
Highly
Mistborn
recommend.
books because the first one I did listen to it and I physically read it. And they are really, really good. But I mean, yeah, there's so much magic and like they like use metal. They influence metal to like basically they can like jump, and there's all sorts of stuff they can do with metal. Excuse me. So, like, hearing the wind, like, go by, I think that would be sick.
Yeah. It's
Are you
just
worried
crazy.
that it has ruined
Yeah.
audiobooks for you?
Not yet, but probably. I can only listen to the one.
Yeah.
But I bet all other audiobooks. Like, I don't see how a romance novel could benefit from the graphic audio.
It couldn't. No, we don't want
Like,
that.
it's strictly fantasy, sci-fi.
We don't want that.
That. I didn't even think of that. The fucking sex scene.
We don't want that.
I was like, why are you being like that? No, I get it now. Yeah, no. But there, actually, now that I think about it, I haven't gotten to a sex scene in the Fourth Wing yet.
Because there isn't one in the first part, is
Exactly, no.
there? No. It takes a while. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because there's a part 1 and part 2 to, like, every one of the books, which is slightly annoying because you have to use a credit for each one.
Yeah.
But, like, part 2 isn't even out yet
Yeah. Oh.
of the graphic audio version
Oh,
of
yeah,
Fourth
you
Wing.
said that.
Friday
Yeah.
for me.
This.
Y'all, it's already out.
So go check it out.
But yeah, highly recommend those with any book you want to read. I would see if they have it. And like our library, like at least our library card has all the ACOTAR versions of graphic audio.
Does it
and
really?
Fourth Wing. I mean, obviously there's a hold.
Yeah, the
but
wait
it's there.
probably 5 ever long. Well, I just realized that I can use my mom's Audible account.
Yeah, and I know she's been downloading all these books.
Oh, yeah. My mom has turned into a very, very avid reader, and she hasn't yet figured out a way that, like, she likes tracking her reading, but I would be very
Doesn't like
interested. No, Goodreads isn't user-friendly. I mean, it hasn't been updated since, like, 2012. I mean,
Yeah.
it just looks like crap, honestly. I know everyone transferred over to that story graph, but that one's a little too complex for me.
Yeah, that one's a lot for me.
It's a lot. And I know, like, a lot of readers really do like that aspect of tracking their reading like that. Like, the reading journal people or, like, the reading scrapbook people are really going to benefit from a thing like Storygraph. But, like, I need a happy medium between Goodreads and Storygraph. Like, more than Goodreads, but less than Storygraph.
What do you want from Goodreads that they're not giving you?
Honestly, I just want a cuter aesthetic, for
I see.
one.
You just want to be cuter.
I just want it to be cuter. I want to be able to add my own shelves, like, that actually make sense. But it's not. Like, I have a DNF shelf, but it's not easy to add stuff to it. And then I do wish that there was a way to, like, I did not finish this book.
Yeah,
Like, that was an option.
instead of red.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or, like, I paused this. Or sometimes I just take it off of currently reading. Like, but I don't know. I'd like it to count for something, but it doesn't.
Partial pages.
Yeah, we don't count pages. We count books. If we counted pages, we'd have a whole different...
They do at the end.
Yeah, but do you have a goal of reading 180,000 pages in a year?
No,
No, no one does that. No one does that.
some people might. I don't know.
Can you spit out your gum?
Oh, is it loud?
Yeah.
I didn't think I was chewing it.
I mean, it's not loud, but I
I was like, oh my god, attacked.
Also, I still have a weird mucus thing going on, so sorry about that, y'all.
Mucus thing.
could just say
That was a weird
frog
way to
in your
say it.
throat, anything.
I was sick.
I got this weird mucus thing going on.
Well, that's all that it is. Is it like sometimes it just like...
Caitlin
sits-
has the flu and it's lingering. That's all you gotta say.
Yeah, I had the flu forever ago. It feels like forever ago. Yeah, January 16th through 21st, I had it. And I still...
The week before our proposal, or my what is it? I don't know.
Engagement?
Engagement, yeah. Because I was nervous. I was like, what if they're sick? They can't make it.
Can't go.
Oh, I would have been. I just would have come in a mask and maybe a wheelchair. But, like, I would have been there.
It was upstairs.
There's
Was
a
there
ramp.
Oh, okay, I don't know.
Yeah, there's a ramp.
Yeah, there's it's. Kind
You
of
sit in a wheelchair.
I mean, it would have happened. Don't you worry. I would have been there.
I was sick the week before too, though. I had a cold.
Yeah, this is the worst flu I've ever had in my entire life. It, like, actually beat COVID for me. Like, COVID, I thought I was going to die. The flu, I thought I was dead. Like, there was no coming back from it.
Yeah, I
I
know
was like,
Aaron
I
said
will
he said it
never
was
know
pretty
life.
bad.
Yeah, Aaron was pretty bad. Aaron was, like, worrying me to the point where I was like,
bad lungs.
he's got bad lungs. Yeah. No, it was... And I was, like, trending a day behind him. So, like, if he would have a bad day, the next day I would have a bad day. And then he finally had, like, a good day. And I was like, hoo, 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 hoo. And then the next day he was like, I'm worse than before. And I was like, stop it. Stop stop. Because I thought I was done. Because I missed my whole first week of school.
Yeah.
And I still have not recovered. Still haven't recovered. Anyways,
And here we are reading these books.
Here we are.
Okay, what are we talking about today, girl?
We are talking about Terms and Conditions by Lauren Asher.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. This is the second of the Dreamland Billionaires trilogy. And we are following Declan and Iris.
Yep.
Yes. Declan is the eldest brother of the Dreamland Billionaire brothers. And like we talked about in the fine print, they have like goals that they have to accomplish from their late grandfather in order to obtain their inheritance. So Declan's is what again?
Wild.
Oh yeah, he has to freaking get married and have a baby.
Have a baby.
Have a baby. And I was like, baby trapping is crazy.
Yeah.
Like crazy.
Like getting married is one thing, still obscene, old man. But then adding on, you gotta have a baby as well.
Yeah. And was there a timeline? Because I know with like Rowan's there was a timeline. And
with Cal's.
Which we'll talk about in the next episode.
I feel like there's no fucking way.
I don't think there was a timeline. There couldn't have been, right?
I hope not.
But obviously,
I don't recall one.
The sooner the better.
But I also know they don't get their inheritance unless all of them do theirs.
Yeah.
Which I thought was also weird. So it wasn't like, oh, you did your part, check, you get your inheritance. No,
Yeah.
they all three had to get theirs done.
Yeah.
Then they got their inheritance.
They could reap the other benefits of the will. So, like, Declan got to become CEO a little bit early, right? And then, like, oh, yeah, spoiler alerts over everything. Just letting you know.
And we curse a lot.
And we curse a lot.
So be careful if there are children around.
Yes. We should find a way to, like, rope that in a little earlier, but I always forget. It's fine. You figure it out eventually.
You figure it out.
But also, Rowan did get to... I don't know. You're right.
What? I don't remember.
I mean, there's like two parts. There's like two parts to their inheritance. It's the money, and then usually like a job.
Oh,
like
yeah.
they have a job that they have to accomplish, and then it basically means that they, like for Declan and Rowan at least, there is a job that comes with earning this inheritance. But I guess that's not the case with Cal, is it? Yeah, it just wasn't Cal's style.
No.
But anyways, Declan, we see a little bit in the first one, and we know that he's like bad and broody, right? Like he's just like the grumpiest of grumps. Love him. But he enlists his assistant to try to find him a wife for him. And he's just like, yeah, just lay it out, you know, have her sign a contract, let her know what she's in for. We just have to be married for a certain amount of time, and she's got to sire me a kid.
Yeah, like,
you know, like
that's part of the contract. There's a literal contract.
Yeah. And because it's a romance, we know what happens.
I was shocked when I like first started listening, so it like immediately jumps you in.
Yeah.
It is their like engagement, like
Yeah.
shower situation. The bride is supposed to like appear. And I'm like, wait, what the fuck? And, like, I
Yeah.
was so thrown off because, you know, obviously we know it was going to be Iris.
Yeah,
Assumed, first of all.
Yeah.
And second of all,
From the first
on the
book.
back. Her name's on the back.
Oh, yeah. I didn't read the back. I didn't have the physical book.
I didn't either, but
I guess it is on the back.
I was just like, wait, what the fuck? Who is this bitch?
Who is this bitch?
And then, you know, we soon find out he met her prior to this meeting or shower or whatever. He was like, oh, I want to meet her first. And Iris was like, don't do that. Don't do it.
No, I think it was Iris. It was like, yeah, whatever. And then Cal was like, why did you let
Cal.
that happen?
Yeah, he's like,
And she's like, what do you mean? And he's like,
You fucked up.
you fucked up.
Yeah, and he did because she left.
She left.
She said, fuck this, I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
We don't
actually
know what he said.
Don't
but-
even hear from this character. I think we know her name.
No, I don't.
But like Declan comes out and he's like, well, that didn't work out.
She left.
She left. And I was just like, what? There was a contract. And Cal's like, what the fuck does that mean? Like, so what?
Yeah. So Iris, for some reason, was like, I'll do it.
I know. And that was the first flag for me. I was like, she's in love.
Oh,
she
yeah.
already liking this guy.
Yeah.
Because there's no way. Like, no matter how much money. I mean, I don't know, actually.
Yeah, I
It
think.
was a lot of fucking money.
Did she get money? She wasn't getting paid.
No. It was part of the contract.
Oh,
was
was
that
it?
she was going to get paid. Yeah. Mm-hmm. pretty big sum of money, too. I can't remember what, but a lot of freaking money. But yeah, she just, like, jumps on. She's like, I'll do it. I'll fill a spot. Party's already happening. Everyone's already here. Decoration's already here. I already catered the bitch. Let's go.
Yeah.
It's like,
she's like, I set it all up. I'll just step in.
Step in. Be the bride.
Which she's, I'm sure you said, but she's his assistant. So everyone was like, what the fuck? Also, Cal, his younger brother, is her best friend.
Yeah.
So he's in this book a lot, and he's really funny. But
yeah,
he's just like, what are you doing? What are you doing, friend? You're making a mistake.
Literally.
But they get married. Yeah. Immediately? Question mark? Or a little bit later? A little bit later, because they do like a cake tasting. I remember that now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That was part of the deal for her, is that she was like, look, I'm springing this on my mom. No, like, my mom knows me. We're going to have to actually make this like a wedding. Like, it's the only thing that I ask out of this is like that we actually have like a wedding.
It's not the only thing.
No, it's not the only thing. But in the beginning, she was like,
well, and then the child thing.
Yeah. She was like, I don't want full custody. You're going to be around.
Yeah. Because he, in the original contract, he was like, you know, as soon as the baby's born, I'm going to sign my rights away. And she's like,
no, you're not.
No.
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 If I'm going to have your baby, you're going to be around. And he's like, okay, like once a week or something. I don't remember what he said.
Yeah, he tried to like negotiate even more. And she's like, no, half. Like, you're going to have this kid for half the time.
Yeah.
Which go her.
She's a bad bitch.
She's a bad bitch. She's awesome. She was instantly a character that I loved. I was like, oh yeah, no, love her. Like,
same.
Dedicated, loyal, smart, intelligent, like all of the good things. Like, just, she's great. And her relationship with Cal is really cute. But I just love Cal. So we'll move on.
You can't talk about him too much.
I can't talk about Cal too much. It's fine.
You said it's fine.
But, oh yeah, what do you have?
Not a lot. So they get married, obviously. And then they do a honeymoon.
They go to Africa.
Yeah, for like, which at first they weren't going to do a honeymoon.
Yeah.
I can't remember why he changed his mind.
I think because he needed it to make it believable. Like, because was it also like they were trying to fake out the lawyer?
Like, I don't need a lawyer here. Did they?
Does this all happen in like the first 20 pages or something?
Oh, yeah. No, like,
not
it's
the
like
honeymoon, but
not the honeymoon. But like them getting married, yeah.
Yeah, the marriage is immediate.
Oh, okay.
It's like the definition of marriage of convenience. It's like literally signing up the contract, like, let's get this shit rolling.
I wonder what the legality of like signing a contract for marriage is. Like that. Like, you know, having conditions for like getting married. Like, you have to have a baby. I'll give you this amount of money. I wonder what the legality of that is.
I don't know, but they had a pretty bomb-ass lawyer.
Yeah, I mean, they're rich as shit, so.
Yeah, their lawyer is apparent in all of the books. Leo, I think his name is.
I can't remember his name.
Yeah, I think his name's Leo. And he was like the lawyer was also the grandfather's like best friend. So like they also kind of had this sick like mind thing going on where they're like, let me get all of these motherfuckers to do exactly what I want even after I'm dead. And Leo was like, let's do it. And just came up with the most outrageous shit, honestly.
The dad was at the wedding. So the dad's in this book a lot.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Yeah, a lot. Yeah, I would say a lot.
Yeah.
More than the other two, I think.
Yeah, I would agree.
So he goes to the wedding and he's, you know, instantly like, suspicious. I'm sure the dad quickly finds out what Declan's like stipulations for inheritance are, but I don't know if he knew before.
Well, they all got their private letters, right?
Yeah.
So the brothers did somewhat share what they had to do, but they never shared with their dad what they had to do.
So I'm sure he's like, this seems like maybe that's what that is about. So he then goes to Iris and was like, I will pay you even more money to not do this.
I think it was double. He was like, whatever he's offering, I'll pay you double. Yeah. And she's like, I'm in love with your son, actually.
Yeah, she was a great actress. She's like, what? It's all for an inheritance? Like, what are you talking about? And she starts like crying.
Yes.
Because she hates him.
Everyone hates him.
Because she's been around, you know, she's been Declan's assistant for years. And so she knows who he is. And I thought that was really funny how she was like trying to play it off on him.
No, she definitely played into it for Declan. Yeah. I mean, there was an obvious, like, instant connection between them because Declan is, like, a dick, right? Like, that's, like, his whole personality. Like, dick. And he likes Iris. Not, likes her, right? But he, like, respects her. And he, like, not puts up with her, but, he just respects her. She's a good worker and all these things. So we see a different side of him slightly with Iris, but it's not a lot. Like, he's still an asshole, but he's, like, a more pleasant asshole. Like, kind of like a funny asshole. But, like, he's still an ass.
But like an asshole.
But like an asshole, yeah.
I know he, before her went through assistance so easily, like a day, 2 days, like a week, nothing. And I want to say she'd been there like 3 years.
I think it was 3 years, yeah.
And so I think that's a big part of it, too, is she's also been around a lot longer. And something about them, too, is let that happen kind of thing. And I know, this is kind of talked about later on, but at one point she gave him, like, a cactus.
Yeah.
And it said something about prick.
Yeah, being a prick or something.
Yeah. And he, we later find out when she moves into the house, he still has it.
On his bedside table. Yeah.
I feel like he's always definitely had a soft spot for her.
No, he's always had a soft spot for her. And again, like later on in the book, we find out that she has a couple learning disabilities. So she's dyslexic. And so it makes her success in this world, especially as Declan's assistant, because he's such a hard ass, like even more like something to be proud of for her, because she's like, I have overcome this learning disability that really set me back my entire life. And now look like where I am. And we find out later, which I know this is out of order, but that Declan has kind of made the whole company, like, fix the way that they communicate on electronic, like, emails and stuff in a way that's easier for her to read. So they don't use any fun prints. Like, I think they have to use the same
Sanskrit
print. Yeah.
Yeah, like fonts.
Yeah.
Because he read a paper that it's easier for them to, like, read or something.
Yeah. And she thought that was a detail that was like, yeah, he's so meticulous that everyone has to use the same exact font on every single piece of paper. But in reality, it was Declan looking out for Iris. But we don't know this until later. And I was like, wait, this is years ago.
Yeah.
Years ago.
Oh, I feel like he's always
had a soft spot for her.
Yeah.
But I don't think
during Rowan's book, I don't remember exactly what happened, but it was always like,
Yeah. We saw Iris.
Suspicious.
So, like, yeah, what you're talking about is Rowan was in Declan's office, and Iris comes in to, like, drop something off, and Declan, like, says something to her, and she, like, quips back at him, like, with sass, and Declan's like, ugh, and just resigns, and Rowan's like, I've never...
Normally he'd be pissed.
Yeah, I've never seen him back down, like, what the heck is that? And that's when I was like, it's Iris. Like, the next one, it's Iris. But, yeah, there's always been a little Sam.
Little Sam.
Little Sam.
I can't remember if... I'm sure Declan meets her mom before the wedding. But I feel like it was much later in the book. I think it was
after they were married.
Yeah, I was like, but I'm feeling like it was later in the book.
Yeah.
Do you think it was even after the honeymoon?
I think it was after the honeymoon.
I do too.
I think it was after the honeymoon.
So they go on a honeymoon for some reason that I can't remember, because at first they weren't going to.
Yeah.
I don't remember what made him change his mind. But
I think one of the boys said something to him.
Because I know he was jealous of Cal.
Yeah.
Because originally when she was going to go to the cake tasting for the wedding, she was going to go with Cal, and I don't remember, she like kind of just like offhandedly said it to him, like, oh, I'm going to the cake tasting with Cal or something.
Like, Cal's already there or something.
I'm leaving. And he's like, what?
Yeah.
Why? Cal?
Cal?
And he just like immediately gets super mad and jealous of things, which I thought was of his brother, which is so funny to me.
Yeah, and he even asks, he said, was there anything between y'all? And Iris is like, yeah, we kissed one time, and it was awful. One of them literally threw up after. Like, it was awful.
They were drinking, right?
Yeah, they were drinking.
Okay, yeah.
There's absolutely no connection there. Like, he really is just, like, my best bud. Which, I don't know if we get the origin of them, or if we just, like, from the beginning, they're just best friends, and we know this, and we just move on with life.
You think she got the job because she was best friends with Cal, or they became best friends after?
Maybe they became best friends after. But I don't know. But yeah, she kind of uses Cal sometimes to be like, oh no, I'll just go with Cal. And he's like,
The fuck?
I'll go. Macho man. Can't let his little bro.
He's like, no, I'm gonna go. Fuck Cal. I'll be there.
Yeah.
He cracked me up with Cal. So I'm assuming it was probably Cal that triggered him.
Probably.
To do the honeymoon.
He's like, oh, you're not even going to take her on a honeymoon? You don't think she deserves that? Like, I imagine him saying that. I don't remember.
I don't either.
I was in a coma.
Oh, yeah, she read this book while she had the flu.
Yeah, while I had the flu, and I read it within, like, 36 hours. No, less than that, I feel like.
You read it so quick, I was shocked.
I feel like I texted Bailey, and I was like, I'm starting it. And then before I knew it, I was like, it's over. But do I remember...
She remembers not a lot.
Not a lot. I remember the feelings that I got.
The vibes. Obviously.
I remember the vibes. That's my whole fucking life. I just run on vibes.
So they go on this honeymoon to Africa because she wants to have like a safari situation. She plans it. He just like hands her the card and was like, plan it, bitch. Like, you're good to go.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
What?
No, she gets pissed about it. Because he takes a work call. You remember?
I'm not at the honeymoon yet. I was going to get there.
Lo siento. Go ahead.
But on the plane ride there, too, you remember the fucking flight attendant was being so, like, brushing off of her? She was like, sir, what can I get for you? And then Iris is like, I'll take a this. And then she straight up ignored Iris the whole time and was talking to Declan, like, touching Declan and getting close. And she's like, my husband will take this, bitch. And, like... I don't remember exactly, but pretty much that.
I'd have been like...
I think she probably did, actually. I don't remember, but the girl's like, oh, I'm so sorry. And started freaking out.
Shimmies away.
That part cracked me up. So, like, Iris got hella jealous, too, when they're fake married. They're both so like...
I think it was part of the contract, though, that they weren't going to have relations with other people.
I mean, that would make sense, because he's super famous.
Yeah, and, I mean, they would have to make sure if she fell pregnant that it was his, right? So, like, she couldn't be nobody.
Was that part of the deal?
I think
it had to be his spawn.
I think it had to be his.
It makes sense.
Paternity test.
Loophole.
Honestly, I would not run it past Brady Kane to be like, get it paternity tested.
For
like,
sure.
Like, test that baby.
DNA match.
I need a DNA match right now. Yeah.
So then at the safari... Sorry. You're good. You know, she's under the impression we're on our honeymoon. We're not going to work because he works her and himself to the bone. So she's like, wait, what the fuck? We're going to do a week off, blah, blah, blah. He immediately, the day 1, 2, is like, oh, this guy I don't remember his name. You said it
Mr.
It's Japanese.
Yokono?
Not at all.
Starts with a Y.
I can't remember. But he is in contact with this man in Japan who has this large plot of land that he wants to build a Dreamland.
Yeah.
Disney. In Japan. I'm assuming they only have the one in the U.S., question mark?
I think there is just one park in the U.S., yeah.
In
Florida.
Book. Yeah, in Florida. So he wants to expand, build out in Japan. He's trying to make these connections and relations for when he's CEO. That's like his first move he's going to do. So he is, like, constantly presenting to this guy. Iris has been heavily involved as well. And this guy was like, hey, I want to do a meeting.
Right now
during the honeymoon. And Iris is pissed.
She's livid. Because not only does Declan take the call, but he asks her to prepare a presentation. And she's like, excuse me.
She's like, we have a safari in 20 minutes scheduled.
Yeah, it's like 5 a.m. or something.
Which, first of all, what the fuck?
Yeah. Time change. But...
Why is there a safari at 5 a.m.? That's my what the fuck.
I mean, I'm sure it has something to do with the animals that are, you know, roaming around at the time.
That's when animals tend to move.
5 a.m.?
Well,
early birds.
Like, morning time, and then, like, midday, most animals tend to rest, and then they move during the evening. So
it's cooler.
Yeah, and I imagine in Africa it's probably like 100 degrees. I wouldn't want to move around at noon. So like you tend to move in the morning and move at night.
I was thinking of that. This is so
you might
random.
sorry I cut in.
No,
you might also get like a mixture of like nocturnal animals and like.
Oh.
If it's still dark.
Yeah.
This is random, but I was thinking of this the other day, like when animals move around, because anytime I drive home, it's either early as flip or late as shit. Okay? Like, there's really no in between. I don't drive during the day anymore. I don't know why, but it's just not how my life works. But I see deer no matter what. I'm like, when do these motherfuckers move around? Because I see them.
Move around? You mean sleep?
All the time. I see them move around. And I'm like, are you just around? Like, all the time? Like, what are the sleeping habits of deer?
It depends.
I said, Joe, you're a hunter.
Usually it's a morning or night.
So they sleep during the day too?
Yeah, so they'll go bed down during the day.
Bed down?
Bed down?
That's why it's called bedding down. Because they go to the same kind of general area every time.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And then it also depends on the cycle of the year. So, like, if it's during what's called the rut, when they're trying to mate, they tend to just be out during whenever because it's, like, the craze time.
Opportunity.
Yeah. But during, middle of spring, they're mostly nocturnal animals.
Oh.
Yeah. They don't really move around unless it's, like, really early or really late.
When people can hunt, are there certain hours? I know there's, like, certain days.
Yes. For regulation-wise, it's 30 minutes after sunrise and 30 minutes before sunset.
Really? That's it?
Yeah, you can't hunt after dark. For one, that's just
But
a
you
safety.
can hunt during the day?
Yeah, you can
While
hunt.
they're bedding down?
Well, again, it depends. Hunting season in the U.S. typically is during, like, the mating season.
Oh.
I would assume you wouldn't do that. That sounds rude.
Honestly.
That sounds kind of rude. You're trying to kill them while they're trying to fuck.
Well, that's when they're most crazy.
Populate the earth.
And two, it's not exactly lines up. Usually it's like a month before and then like 2 months after.
So they're kind of awake.
Yeah, it just depends.
Interesting. I knew Joe knew.
I know.
I knew it.
He knows too much about deer.
That's why I went ahead
I don't
and
know
just
that
like
much, honestly. I just
Like,
know.
you knew a lot more than us.
yeah, I didn't know when these motherfuckers roamed around. I just seen them all the goddamn time. You know, I saw one the other day. He was crossing the street. Biggest stag I've ever seen. And I stopped, obviously. And honestly, thank God there was no one behind me. Because I full on stopped and watched this big ass stag. And he was majestic as shit. I swear to God. His
I'm
antlers
just picturing fucking Harry Potter.
were as big as my arms. And he was just literally no rush. Just like...
He's not a give a no fucks.
He's like, I know I'm bigger than you. And I was like...
Hit me, bitch, hit me. That's me when I'm walking through the Walmart parking lot.
Pay my college tuition. That's me.
Oh, man.
Anyways, they went on a safari.
They do the meeting. They didn't go on a safari. Because he has this fucking meeting. Mm-hmm. I think they do it. Mm-hmm. And then he kind of realizes she's pissed.
Yeah.
And so he does put it away for the rest of the time. They go on their safaris. Whatever. Mm-hmm. Have a great time. Right before they come back... I think someone sent it to Iris. I don't remember what it was or if she just saw like a news article. And so she's being like slandered.
Oh, yeah.
In the news and all the... Because like I said, he's a high profile person. They just got married out of fucking nowhere.
Yeah.
And once again, we were assuming his dad kind of instigated all this. But a lot of stuff saying she's a gold digger. What the fuck are you doing right now? And just a bunch of other things being said. I can't remember the rest, but they were heinous.
Yeah, they were.
Things being said, and she didn't tell Declan at first.
Yeah.
But I think he saw it on his own. He immediately thinks it's his dad, whatever. They land, and I want to say they, like, go to the dad. Somehow they are in the presence of the father. Can't remember if he came to their house or what. I don't remember exactly, whatever. Declan tries to be, like, talk shit to his dad, like, don't do that. And I was just like, I got it. And I don't remember what she said, but it was great. And then she punches him in the face. I said, the fuck?
Yeah. He's like...
And Declan was probably like, hell yeah.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure
yeah.
The dad called her a bitch. He was like, put your bitch in her place or something like that. Like some crazy shit.
I think you're right. It was something wild.
And she... Right in the nose, bro. Like, fucked him up. And I was like... Oh! Yes. Love it.
Then her hand is probably broken. I think something was wrong with it. So he takes her to the ER immediately. I think he literally says, don't ever talk to my wife again.
Yeah.
Like that, or I'll kill you, or just something crazy.
Yeah.
But they go to the ER. This part killed me. they're in the ER. It's, the ER. It's a fucking crazy ass fucking place to be if y'all never been there. It's wild. Drug addicts everywhere. Homeless people. It's crazy. And so Declan's probably like, he doesn't like hospitals, one.
Yeah.
Because his mom, I think she had cancer. I'm sure she was in the hospital a lot. Brady, for the last few years of his life, was like in a coma.
Yep.
Probably in a hospital. So he just doesn't like hospitals to begin with. And so he's super like uncomfortable. Iris is like, whatever, I fucking got this. I was raised in a sketch ass place. This is fine.
Like, I'm chilling.
He goes to like the nurse. He's like, I have a lot of money. I want a private room. And she's like, we have curtains. Like, that's not how the ER works. When I went, I'm pretty sure we were just like in a hall. They just had me sitting in this like random. At the end, when I was talking to the doctor, we were just like sitting at the desks.
Yeah, we were at basically the nurse's station.
Yeah, they just had me plop down.
But you also said you were a nurse, so I think that helped things along.
Yeah, it was funny. But
yeah, in the waiting room, because like they took you back for like initial to make sure you're not dying.
Yeah.
And then they
draw blood.
They did something, and then they put us back in the waiting room.
They put an IV in, which is so sketch to me.
Before the like doctor sees you, because like it's flooded with people, so like they have to do things a certain way.
Yeah.
And in the waiting room, we saw people dealing drugs to each other.
Everyone just has an IV.
And then,
It's crazy to me.
There was a moment I got so upset. So like this lady, like. There's a problem with people in the U.S. that just go to the ER for everything.
Yeah.
Because like
I remember.
Because like it's people typically don't have a primary care because insurance and all political reasons. Well, this lady goes to the ER. She's bitching about the time. She goes up to the receptionist like several times. Like, why am I still here? I've been here forever. And like she says she's sick or whatever. Sits back down. And then I assume it's her boyfriend or, significant other. She's like, let's just leave. I'll go to urgent care tomorrow. I was like, so...
You could have done that all along.
You could have done that all along. And then two, like, why were you at the emergency room?
It's wasn't an emergency.
Yeah, there was no emergency. If you were like, I could just go to the urgent care tomorrow. Like, it wasn't that bad then.
Yeah, there's a few videos that like nurses have made that are like emergency room or ER, and it's like different scenarios walking down the hall and which one they go to. That one is it was
like
extremely
urgent care, you mean?
Yeah, what did I say?
Emergency room and ER.
Sorry, yeah. ER or urgent care. And I was like, that was actually extremely helpful because I'm sure they get flooded at the ER because you're just like, I need help now. Emergency room, like you don't think,
especially at night when urgent cares are closed.
Yeah, a lot of the Normans and a lot of the urgent cares in Norman are actually 24 hours.
That's nice.
Yeah,
I saw one in Edmond.
Yeah,
there's very few, but I mean, I feel like we need more urgent cares that are like 24/7.
Yeah,
to help with the
and if they're 24/7, it'd be like so evident, like that like oh that one's a 24-hour one, because I'm sure not for the faint of heart, bruh. I'm not doing that.
No. ER's Wild Wild West. We call it the hospital. We call that place the Wild Wild West.
Wild Wild West.
When I wanted to be a doctor, I shadowed an ER doctor. That place was crazy.
I did one day in clinicals in the ER, and I said, fuck that. I said, never send me back there. I will not do another day in there.
Whoa, that's pretty intense.
It was fun watching the doctor, because like at the time, like you're shadowing, so I couldn't do anything. Except for one thing, a nurse yelled at me to grab some towels. And specifically said, please, for the love of God, grab some fucking towels. And I was like, okay.
Towels! Like,
where are they?
Yeah, it was a crazy place.
I've only been in the ER one time, and it was empty. It was like a random one in the middle of Grand
Depends on where
Lake.
you go.
Yeah. We went to the BA because I had to go to the ER once, and there was no one in the...
Literally nobody. Was beautiful.
I just went straight back.
Rolled up, went back. It was great. Literally rolled up. Because Joe's in a wheelchair.
Is that when your spine did the weird thing on the kitchen?
When I had to drag him.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm sure that was traumatic.
It was.
Anyways.
Thought he was paralyzed forever. I'm like touching his toes. I'm like, can you feel me? Can you feel me touching your toes?
I mean, I could feel it. I just couldn't move.
Yeah. Couldn't stand. Anywho. I just thought it was really funny because he was like, he asked multiple times, multiple people, like, can we get a private room?
Yeah.
I'll pay anything. And then she's just fucking laughing in this guy's face.
Yeah, his anxiety is going crazy in this hospital. And I kind of, like, rolled my eyes at it because we had a hospital occurrence in fine print.
That's what I thought, too.
And so I was like, we're really going to do the hospital thing again? Like, we're really going to do this again?
Yeah. There was no point.
There wasn't.
Especially when the doctor was like, oh, it's sprain, brace, rest.
Here you go.
He's like, I want a second opinion.
Yeah.
I was like, bro, chill.
Yeah. He's just overprotective. The whole
and that's what she said.
Throughout the whole thing, everyone gets mad at him because he's way overprotective and he's just, like, so abrupt with his shit. He's like, no.
You're wrong.
This instead. And you're like, what the fuck, Declan? And he's like, no. Did I fucking stutter? This. And you're like, okay.
Okay. So after the wrist thing, she's out of work for a while.
Oh, yeah.
Cal takes her place, which is funny. Somehow he made it. I think it's only like a week.
Yeah.
It's not that long that he told her to rest. But I'm sure that was really fun. We didn't see a whole lot of that because obviously we're in Iris and Declan's point of view.
Yeah.
But I'm assuming not long after that is when she introduces him to her mom and grandma.
Oh, yeah.
We go to their house where she grew up. Mm-hmm. Was it a house? I can't
It was an
remember.
apartment.
That's what I thought. Mm-hmm. And she grew up there, right?
Yeah.
So Declan's instantly like, oh,
Yeah.
kind of thing.
It's like a little shoebox.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And we learn a lot about her past, her daddy issues.
Fucking shocker. I'm fucking
I don't even remember what they are.
Sick of it.
But
He left. He was abusive to his mom.
oh, yeah, he was abusive. That's right.
And then I think it was when...
And her a little bit,
the
right? And her.
The verbal abuse started going towards her that the mom finally was like, all right, nope, sorry.
Because he'd make fun of her dyslexia.
Yeah, but originally it was physical and verbal abuse towards her mom. Yeah.
And I think Iris kind of always was like, I don't really want to get married because of that. And was super, I don't think she really had any relationships before Declan. Maybe one? Can't remember. TBH.
I want to say if she did, it was super, like, non-committal. Yeah. I mean, she's definitely
So it
got
was kind
her
of
issues.
a shock to the mother when she's like, here's my husband.
And here's my ring.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they had heard stories, obviously, about Declan, too. Because she's worked for him for 3 years, right? So I'm
Yeah.
sure the only thing that they know of him is that he's a fucking hard ass, right? I keep
worked her to the bone.
Christmas tree. Stop. Don't talk about it.
I keep telling Bailey we need to take it down. That was the thing when we put it up. I was like, this is never coming down.
Yeah, we put it up and I'm like, we're never going to get down.
I'm making fun of their Christmas tree still being up in the middle of February.
For you, it's March. Hopefully by the time you hear this, it's not up, but no one...
It wouldn't be March.
You're right, it wouldn't be.
Oh, it would be
It's
February.
not going to be down by the time you hear this, I can guarantee it.
We'll be in Hawaii.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, that tree ain't coming down. You should just make it a holiday tree.
I want to, but then I got to change. I think it's fine.
Okay.
I'll
How
take
does-
it down Saturday.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I'm at work, and I come home depressed because we don't have a tree.
You better put something up.
I'm just kidding.
Sorry, that was so random.
Yeah, that was rude.
Sorry.
Talking about tree.
I love the tree.
Is yours down?
Yeah?
Okay, God. I assume, but...
No, by the time Christmas came and left this year, I was done with it. I know.
Oh. I love it.
Well, this is your first year having an actual tree. So that may also...
Actual is a stretch. It's fake. But
I mean...
having a tree, yeah. Joe and I have lived together for a while. We've never had, like, a Christmas tree. Oh, Caitlin's going to whip out our Christmas tree. We had this for a few years. It's a little baby Christmas tree. We lived in an apartment. Where the fuck in our last apartment did you expect us to put a whole ash tree?
No, I'm not shitting on it.
Where? Pick one.
I'm not shitting
We
on
couldn't.
it. I'm just saying that because you have this big, beautiful tree now, it's harder for you to put it down.
It's a lot more work. That one I shoved into a closet, and I'm like, okay, tree's up. Good to go. We're done. And so it was a lot easier. Oh, man. Anyway, her family, I don't know how far back this tradition goes, but they made a meal.
Yeah.
Because they ate dinner, and it was, like, hella spicy.
Yeah.
And they made him eat it and, like, wanted to see
How he could take it.
how long he'd eat it or, like, if he'd eat it. Pretty much to see just how much he liked Iris. If he would choke it down or if he would say anything or what.
Yeah.
And so I guess, her dad did it, her grandpa did it.
Yeah.
Everyone's done it in their family. And then at the end, I can't remember if he's like eavesdropping or what, but we find out that he ate way more than anybody else.
Yeah.
And that they're shocked that he, like, choked it all down. And then he's kind of, like, not pissed, but, like, jokingly pissed. He's like,
I didn't have to eat all that.
I'm gonna get you back. The fuck?
Yeah.
Because I guess before him, it was, like, her grandpa had the highest. I don't record.
Yeah, like, how do you...
Yeah, like, how do you tally that?
Every spoonful.
Yeah.
Like...
And so he won. Go Declan.
Go
And
Declan.
so that's just another, like...
Yeah, he's sparing Mama's feelings and eating all of her spicy food, even though he's in physical pain. Like, he said his tongue was numb.
Would you pass that? Not spicy, but...
I want to do the hot ones challenge.
That's not what I... Okay.
Is that the wings thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me too.
I'm a bitch with spicy. I suck. I hate spice. Like, being with Bailey, I can take way more than I used to.
Yeah.
But-
Same with me and Aaron. Aaron's a spicy, and I'm not.
But I prefer it not to have any spice at all.
There's no flavor.
Salt is flavor.
No.
I'd rather not have
No, if
fucking
it's...
drenched in cayenne pepper or some shit.
If it's so spicy that all I can feel is heat and there's no, like, actual flavor with it, I'm
A lot
mad.
of spicy things have flavor, too.
Yeah, like Cajun. Like, now I put Cajun on everything. Potatoes, mac and cheese,
Potatoes.
French fries. Like, I know that's a form of potato, but you know what I mean. I put that shit on everything. And Cholula. And then we have this Monkey Howler's hot sauce. That shit goes crazy, bro. It's the hot sauce that we had. Did you have the hot sauce at Salt Life when you visited me in Florida?
Probably.
It's that
Do I
hot
remember
sauce.
it? No.
It was phenomenal. No, it wasn't from there.
Phenomenal.
No, it wasn't from there. It was from a breakfast joint we went to. I'm sorry I disappointed you. I know.
This bitch.
But now I like hot sauce is on everything, especially my eggs.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. Eggs and hot sauce is incredible.
Eggs and hot sauce. Toast, cheddar cheese, fried egg, hot sauce. Shit goes crazy.
What I meant was if, like, my mom made a terrible meal.
Oh.
Sorry, Mom.
Oh, I would just eat
Like,
it.
as a...
Really?
Yeah.
As a fake terrible meal, obviously. Because there's, like, a funny story in my... I guess it was, like, my parents' first Thanksgiving when they were married. And my mom made, like, stuffing or something. And I guess it was, like, so fucking salty. Like, my mom tasted it and was like, don't fucking eat that. Just don't fucking eat it. It's awful. And my dad just, like, drenched it in gravy and ate it all. Like, he ate it all.
Yeah.
But it was just, like, a funny thing where he just choked that shit down.
No, I couldn't.
There was another thing my mom made once. It was terrible pasta. I hated it.
Did you eat it?
No. I was a kid.
Oh, okay.
I think it was like marsala pasta or
Oh,
something.
yeah, some meat.
I think the reason it has scarred me is because we were eating it for dinner and my dad was eating it and then he like sneezed and it came out his nose. Stop. I had a noodle hanging out of his nose and I said, never fucking make that pasta again. And I've never eaten it since and I still see that shit dangling out of my dad's nose.
Listen, I work in a restaurant. This guy came up one time and coughed, and he still had food particles in his mouth. Because something about old men, like, they just eat, and then they'll bring their receipt up, and they're still chewing on shit. I'm like, what are you doing? Stop.
I got
But he
places to buy.
coughed. And food particles. I literally had to go throw up. I was like, Mom, I can't. I gotta go throw up. Like, I'm not well. I was crying. I was like, this is the most disgusting thing I've ever seen. I still judge him when he comes in sometimes.
Oh, shit, he's
He's
still
a regular. Every Saturday they come in. And I'm like, sometimes I'm like, oh, I just can't look at you.
You made me vomit.
You made me vomit.
Oh my god.
Oh, God.
Once again, we're real sidetracked in this one, but
It's fine.
hopefully it's fine. So whatever, leave the house. I think they're starting to feel things for each other, obviously. I don't remember exactly when they, like, kiss for the first time or
Yeah.
do the spicy things. I don't remember any of the details of that. I read this book a while ago.
Yeah.
And I listened to it really fast, and I didn't take notes, so that's on me. But they start, because of the whole dad thing as well, a part of the plan was to go on fake dates.
Mm-hmm.
And Iris would, like, hire paparazzi to, like, be at a table next to them or something.
Yeah.
Or she'd, like, stalk them and be like, I know this motherfucker eats here on this day.
Or she would, like, call, like, a restaurant and, like, bribe.
Oh my god, Declan's there.
Yeah. Probably. Like, she would do crazy shit just to make sure that they were at the right place at the right time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So they'd have these fake dates and have reporters there to see them and be like, oh, no, they're actually, like...
They actually do like each other.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And we get a few parts of one article, and it was like, oh, no, these people are, like, really in love and all this, which was cute. And then, once again, I feel like he kind of, like, I don't want to say fell first, but it was kind of like, no, I'm going to make this real first.
I think he did. And I think the fake dates helped that because he was able to say, like, this is all for show. But he was saying, I think he was saying what he was actually thinking. And because, you know, he had such a fucked up past, like, his dad's an abusive piece of shit and his mom died from freaking cancer. So he's, like, literally just, like, contractual with this marriage, as we said before. So he's, like, none of this matters. So may as well kind of have fun with it. But I think he's being honest with what he's saying, but he's not being honest with himself that he actually means it. So we see a side of Declan in these fake dates that are actually, like, quite endearing. Mm-hmm. And you can tell in these instances where he's talking to Iris that he actually pays attention to her, because the conversations that he brings up or what he says or, like, the little flirty, like, jabs that he does all actually have, like, concrete, like, characteristics of Iris in them, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, they were cute.
I remember one fake date he did. He was like, okay, hey, we're going on a fake date. And it was botanical gardens or something.
Yeah. Because she's a plant lover.
Plants and all this jazz. So he takes her to the botanical gardens for a fake date. And he's like, oh, no, someone's going to be here.
Yeah.
Yo. No, there wasn't. So that, I think it was definitely before that. He was like, no, I'm going to, like, I'm trying to get her to actually take this as real.
I can't remember her hesitations. Like, why was she so hesitant? Was it just her past with her dad?
I think it was just, like, her past and then not willing to be in a relationship, and probably her thinking, like, oh, it's just a contract. Like, oh, he has to be married to me.
Probably because she was in on the loop on the inheritance.
She knew everything.
It just restricted her own, like, open heart. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that probably was it. But, I don't know. I mean, I probably would have fallen a lot quicker than she did.
Probably me too, but...
I love Declan.
Me too. I think he was... No, I don't know. I liked him a lot.
I liked him. Yeah, I liked him a lot.
And I loved the audiobook of this one. I didn't read it physically at all.
Oh, I didn't listen to the audiobook of this one. I read it on KU. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I think that helped me. Because I didn't love the first one, and I thought it was because I physically read it.
Yeah. I listened to that one.
And you didn't love it as much?
No, I think I liked it.
I know, I'm not saying you didn't like it, but did you like it more or better, less than this one?
Oh. See, that's a hard question. Because I remember more of Rowan's story than I do Declan's. But I think I can say that I still like Declan's more. I think it was just because I was in, like, my flu coma when I was reading Declan's story. But, I mean, Rowan's was good.
Yeah, I'm not saying one was or the other was trash.
Yeah, I think I like Declan's more.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking.
Yeah. That was a hard question, though, because it's weird because I have more details in my mind.
I agree with that statement, though.
But, like, why?
Because I remember reading it being like, oh, no, I like this one more. The whole time I was like, no, I like this one more. I like this one more. This one's loving it. But I do think you're right. I remember a lot more details of Rowan's story for some reason. And what I thought it was because I listened to this and I just kind of, okay, I'm done. Mm-hmm. Didn't take any notes like an idiot.
Yeah,
and just went about my day. Like when I read on my Kindle, I highlight. Yeah. I take notes on it. I can go back and look at them, whatever. You obviously digest it slower. You're not doing other shit at the same time. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if that was part of my issue either, but because I didn't have the flu, so I don't have that excuse.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it was just like good old vibes, bro.
Good old vibes.
Yeah.
I feel like I liked Declan's relationship with his mom way more than Rowan. I feel like it was shown a lot more in this. Declan's the oldest, so he probably just remembers a lot more of her. He kept her car. He keeps it in good condition. He drives it around. He does that weird, quirky little words thing that he did with his mom growing up. Yeah, you were talking about that earlier. So I guess he still has problems expressing his, like, feelings, his emotions, all that jazz. So his mom and him did this thing where they would learn, like, foreign languages and words, and that would help him like express his feelings. So
Yeah.
that's a big thing through this book, him saying
Like these foreign words that mean like a whole sentence of definition for us. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, the most common equivalent is like, what is it? Hygie? It's like the feeling of comfort. It's like that interior, there's like a whole like movement. It's like this feeling of comfort or whatever. But yeah, those were fucking cute. I think that was the first time that we see him actually express emotions as like just using these foreign words like in the way that he did with his mom. Because it was so cute. Yeah. I mean, the only memories they have of their moms are good memories, which I think is really, really special.
But I feel like in Rowan's story, he just like pushed that all away. He didn't want to see it. He didn't want to go to the house. He didn't want to look at it. Mm-hmm. He just like blocked it all out. Mm-hmm. And Declan's done like the kind of opposite.
Where he embraced it.
Yeah, he's kept all his stuff from her. He's kept traditions they did together. Like, I think there was more. The Formula One.
Oh, yeah.
The mom liked that.
Yeah.
So he's still on Sundays, or whenever these fucking Formula One races
I think it was Sundays. I think you're right.
He would get up, make breakfast, sit, have a day where he just watched this, because that's what he did with his mom.
Yep.
The word is hygie.
Thank you.
What's it?
Scandinavian.
That's what I thought.
For comfort?
A quality of coziness and comfort that elicits a feeling of contentment.
Yeah, there's like a whole like movement behind it for a while here. But
Clearly missed that. Oh, man. I think another funny with the Formula One, she would, one day she was like, she's lived with him this whole time, by the way. He like moved her in, has her own room.
oh yeah,
They live together.
I forgot to mention that a little earlier. I don't think I understand fully. Is her room in his closet? Is that... It was like a secret door in his closet, and it was like a whole room that was just for her. And he was like, you don't think in a lifestyle like mine, I don't have a secret room for my wife who's supposed to live with me, but I don't want her to actually sleep in my bed? You don't think I have that? I think it's like in his closet. Huh. I may have read that wrong.
I mean, I don't recall, but
it's like
doesn't sound wrong because, you know, they're married, supposed to be living together.
Yeah, and it's not supposed to be apparent that there's two masters, because they'd be like,
who the fuck's gonna be in their house? Is my question.
I don't know.
You know what I mean?
I mean, you're right.
Is that supposed to be a reference to his dungeon room?
You can take away his privileges.
Well, that was my prediction in the last video.
Oh, you thought he was going to be like fucking...
Yeah, I said that I because you said it was like terms and conditions and like it was supposed to have a contract.
Yeah.
And I said the prediction was it's her 50 Shades of Grey novel.
No.
Yeah.
But apparently I was wrong. But there's still a reference to her room.
There's a secret room.
I'm just saying.
It's his
no
dungeon.
Sex swing, no weird bed thing, so...
Yeah. No bondage.
To my knowledge. No.
Was there? No, I don't think there was. Mm-mm.
I don't remember the steam very well on this one at all.
I remember one of her thoughts was that he's just as controlling in the bedroom as he is in the office. That's all I remember.
That's all I remember.
I remember blushing and Aaron looking over and being like,
"What's your room?"
I was like,
"Don't look at me."
Because we were both dying together.
Yeah, laying in the bed dying. Do you want to talk about, I feel like, the conflict? I can't remember anything before the conflict. Anything else? You don't remember the conflict? Okay. I literally told you before this. So he has been trying to get this Japanese guy to let him.
Oh, wait, I got it. I got it. Okay, so you know there's always like a third act breakup in these fucking romance books, right? Because nothing can ever just be hunky-dory because that's just not life. But anyways, so as we mentioned earlier, one of Declan's goals when he becomes CEO is that he wants to build a Dreamland in Tokyo with this special contact. It has this property that I can't remember his name right now. But the contact reaches out to Declan and he's like, hey, I'm visiting Dreamland at this time. Be there. And Declan's like, oh, yeah. So he, like, drops everything. Declan and Iris go, okay? And then all of a sudden, their dad shows up. And he's like, the fuck are you doing here? You know, because his dad has the power currently to make this park happen. and he would get all the benefits from it. So Declan's trying to keep it close to him because when he becomes CEO, he wants to be able to make this happen. So he's pissed that his dad's there. And his dad insinuates that it's because of Iris. That, what is his name? Sean? Is that his name?
Seth.
Seth?
The dad?
The dad?
I think it's Seth.
It's Seth? Okay. Seth is there because he emailed Declan or someone emailed Declan, and Iris had set up an automatic response saying, like, we're out of office, we're at Dreamland or something. Like, something about being in Dreamland for the week. And Declan's fucking pissed. And he blames Iris for Seth, whatever the fuck his name is. It doesn't matter. He's a dick. Daddy Dick to be there, okay? And so Daddy Dick blames Iris, and Declan goes off on her. And one of the things that he says is, your job is to make my life easier, not worse, or something like that. And she was so fucking heartbroken because she's like, how dare you? I do all this shit for you. Literally dropped fucking everything to be here. I married you, motherfucker, for your inheritance. And you're going to treat me like that? So she literally dips, takes the private jet, and literally goes home. Yeah. She says, fuck you, fuck the contract, here's my resignation, peace out.
She quit the job.
We'll be married, but I'm not talking to you face anymore. Like, we'll do the deed, IVF, all that shit. We're done. Like, she's like, cut ties. She's done. Disrespect me? You ain't gonna do that. What happens next?
He doesn't get his Tokyo deal.
He doesn't know because
that guy's fucking smart.
That guy's smart. He's like, I'm actually the one that called Daddy Dick here. Mm-hmm. And I wanted to see how the relationship was between you guys. And
how your family interacted.
How your family interacts. And considering your wife's not here anymore and you and your dad have been giving each other the cold shoulder and fighting for my attention this whole time, I just don't think this relationship's going to work out.
Yeah.
And Declan's like,
fuck. Because Iris has been telling him, dude. He's big on family. He's big on family.
Invite his wife. Let's, like, cater to what his wife wants.
Because he'd been trying to be like, I want to build this dreamland for my grandkids before I die so I can go with my grandkids. And, like, he's so high. He puts so much attention on family. Mm-hmm. And so he invited the dad to see how they interacted. And they fucking failed.
Yeah. And Daddy Dick had to sabotage it by...
Oh, stop saying that.
Why? It's his name. It's his name, Nick. It's his name now.
Okay.
Is it Seth?
I think.
Okay.
I don't know.
I can't look it up. I tried to look the name up for the Japanese guy, and it's not pulling anything up.
Terms and conditions, characters?
That might work.
Characters? So
I wanted to look up fan art. I really like looking at fan art. Mm-hmm. It helps me, like, imagine things in my head. But I didn't want any spoilers to be given because I've ruined it. I looked up fan art for the Shatter Me series.
Oh, yeah.
And gave away so much shit, bro. Mad at myself.
Dang.
Did you find it?
No.
Interesting.
It's okay.
The first website I tried to pull up was malware, so...
Oh, fun. That's probably not good.
No. Iris goes to live with Cal.
Yeah, she does.
I think he immediately, Declan, is like, fuck. Obviously.
Yeah.
And he also pissed off Rowan during this interaction. Mm-hmm. I don't remember what he said to Rowan, but he also pissed him off. So they're mad at each other. Everyone's mad at each other.
Yeah.
When he finally goes back and sees Iris, she's at Cal's. Cal's like, no, you can't talk to her. Blah, blah, blah. She's quitting. Mm-hmm. I'll be at work tomorrow.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
It's like she's going to cash in her PTO, actually.
Oh, yeah, and, like, she just, like, doesn't go to work for that week. And then we have, I guess, the grand gesture.
I feel like something else happens.
I know, me
I know
too.
There's a reconciliation between him and Rowan because he goes...
to the house, I think before he leaves Dreamland.
I think maybe he's going
there.
to look for her.
Oh, maybe. Because he finds Zara.
Yeah. And Zara's like, oh, I have something for you. Actually, you have to come inside, though. Fud, what was it? You know? And she's like, I was just stalling for time. There's Rowan. You guys talk this out. And I was like, good girl. Because Rowan in this book is way more emotionally intelligent than he was in the last book. And he's, like, trying to express these things to Declan. Like
Zara is different, too.
Yeah, I think she's a lot more... Zara kind of came off as, like... She was super, super bubbly, and she was smart in different ways, but she kind of came off as ditzy.
Yeah, that's the exact word I was thinking.
In the first book. But in this book, no, she's a lot more, like, mellow. And I think she's she gave crazy.
Me ditzy vibes. Even more so now, this one.
Really?
I thought.
You think Lauren Asher just, like, really dug into that character type? I don't know. I feel like she kind of, like... Rowan was up here. She was, like... Well, actually, he's down here and she's up here. And they kind of started to, like... Balance the band. Because he's becoming more emotionally intelligent because she's like, actually, this is what happens. Well,
and we find out in the third one that Rowan, I think, is in therapy.
Yeah.
And Declan.
Declan's thinking about it. No, Declan's in therapy. Rowan isn't yet. Rowan's thinking about it. Zara is just emotionally intelligent and is like...
Teaching him.
Yeah, because they have no emotional intelligence whatsoever.
No.
None
because they were raised by their father.
Abusive father. Yeah. So they just, like, don't express emotions. They don't ask for help when they need it. They're just, like, robots. Except for Cal. Cal goes in the opposite direction. Where he's like, about everything. But
a little partier. So they make up. Don't remember exactly what all is said. But they make up. He's then like, okay, well, I gotta go find Iris. So he goes... Tries to talk to her, but she's still kind of just like, no.
Yeah.
Fuck you, not vibing. She goes to the school and talks to her mom. I remember for sure after this, but I don't remember exactly what was said and all that either.
Well, because mom thinks this is real, too. Like, Iris didn't, like, admit to mom, like, that all of this was fake. So, when her mom is expressing to her, like, I actually have never seen you this happy. I'm so glad that you have... Declan, like, blah-de-blah-de-blah. Iris is like, is this, what? Like, what do you mean? And it's like, yeah, bitch, like, you're happy. You just don't, like, and I think mom gives some sort of wisdom on, like, no matter how much they hurt you, you know, like, if a man's actually trying to change for you, like, take him up on it, you know, type thing. And I think, yeah, the conversation with her mom definitely changes her viewpoint.
But I think it's kind of like, you know, he messed up, but as long as he, like, apologizes and
actually changes behavior.
Because, you know, I'm sure her other dad, her father, whatever, would hit and be like, oh, you know, like as they all do, I'm so sorry, I'll never do it again.
Yeah.
And they do it 2 days later. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I think that's kind of what the mom was saying. Like, you know, your dad's apologized, but he never changed. So as long as he is apologizing, realize what he did was wrong, and actually changes his behavior, like, that's one thing. Because I'm sure Iris immediately, like, reverted back to her dad.
Yep.
Bink. And so was just like, oh, fuck that.
Wall.
Fuck that.
Yeah. Like, this is why we don't get in relationships. Because we just get hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Declan is absolutely distraught.
Yeah. He actually is.
He really is.
Yeah.
So he does some things to get her back.
Yeah. There was a little bit... Earlier in the book, we know that she kind of has this dream of, like, building a house, having it be a fixer-upper.
Having a shit ton of kids.
And having a shit ton of kids, shit ton of plants.
Wants a greenhouse.
A dog.
She said, okay, so what's funny about that is earlier on, she said dog. Just to, like, piss him off. But she doesn't actually like dogs. She said that early on because Cal was like,
a dog?
You don't like dogs. And so later her and Cal, I don't know, she was like, I was just trying to mess with Declan and see, like, how far I could push him. Like, I don't actually like dogs. I don't actually want a dog.
Oh, God.
You remember that?
No.
Oh, my God. That shit fucked me up when he was driving around every fucking shelter to find a dog. Because she described a dog, big, fluffy.
Yeah.
Shadow. So he goes and says... What do you got that's fluffy and has, like, separation anxiety?
I think that's exactly what he asked for. And they're like, we got the right one for you.
Come back with me.
Yeah.
And so he gets her a dog.
He gets her a dog, gets her a minivan.
And buys her a house. Well, it's like a plot of land? No, is it a house?
I think it's a house. I think it's a specific house where she had, like, maybe said something about it before. I want to say it was green.
There was the cover of this book is green.
Huh.
And the house is probably on the cover.
And then maybe there's a greenhouse
in the back. There is a greenhouse in the backyard.
Maybe why I'm thinking
there's a large greenhouse.
Yeah, so it's perfect for her.
So he picks her up. I really think Cal, like, drops her ass off. Yeah. Cal's in on it and, like, drops her off somewhere, and he picks her up. And she's like, fine, I'll get in, but just, like, take me to the nearest.
Doesn't he, like, drop her off in the middle of nowhere?
Yes.
Like, literally on the side of a highway or something?
Yes.
Just like, bye.
Yeah. Yeah. She's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And so Declan rolls up, picks her up, and she's like, just take me to the nearest, like, Starbucks. Like, I will find my way home.
Yeah.
Just drop me off somewhere. Gets in the minivan.
She's like,
The fuck? And I mean, the dog's in there. And he takes her to the house and, you know, all the grand gesture things. And he proposes again.
yeah. He's like, I want to love you for real this time. No inheritance, no contracts. I want this to be for real.
Yep.
Swim. I mean, it was a good grand gesture. On a scale of like 1 to 5, solid 4.
Of the grand gesture?
Yeah. I think a bigger declaration of actual love would have been great. Like, yeah, he fulfilled all of her wishes. But, like, what is that, you know, without the emotional connection behind it? But I think he was genuinely trying. We just didn't see that as much, you know? Because he just, like, maintained his, like, his personality really never changed.
No.
No. He was just a little bit more open about his emotions, but he still said it like he would a business deal. It's like, yeah, no, I do like you. I think you're really cool. Sign here.
Done.
Like,
Sign here.
Sign here. So, what did you rate this book?
Initially a 4, but, like, when I was writing my review and getting ready for this, I was like, I can't remember anything.
Yeah. Same.
And so I feel like I'm going to have to do, like, a 3.
Do we remember what the, what's it called? Epilogue was?
We literally read it together.
Did we
before
read it?
This.
Did we read it together?
She goes.
Oh, yeah.
God,
Stop it.
No,
Stop.
I'm gonna say it. No, you can say it because I gotta do the extended one because you didn't even read that.
Oh, yeah, you have to tell me the extended version because I never
Well,
read
how
it.
about you do the first one?
Okay, so the epilogue is a year later, and I actually really liked how Lauren Asher did her epilogues in this. They're actually really good, and each book has one. So, yeah, it's someone else is working as his assistant. It's no longer her. Which
Why not?
Is good for their relationship. I don't remember why not.
She quit and went to college.
Did she really?
I'm pretty sure.
Oh, wow. Good for her. I don't remember that. Good for her. So she shows up at the office. She goes in to, like, Declan's office or whatever, and she's kind of like little kitty, little, like, secret, probably sweating or whatever.
Probably sweating.
And they're, like, starting up a conversation. And I do remember him saying, like, oh, I miss you around here. And she's like, yeah, he's doing fine, you know? Mm-hmm. Anyways, she whips this little cactus around, right? It's a little cactus. Succulent. And what does it say?
I'm a sucker for my little girl.
I'm a sucker for my little girl.
So she'd just gone to, like, an appointment and found out the gender
Of her
their baby. Their baby.
Their baby.
So they're having a kiddo.
And they're fulfilling
Little girl.
A little girly.
Fulfilling the contract, yes.
Fulfilling the contract.
And then the extended epilogue, I'm sure it's 3 years later like the rest of them, but don't quote me on that. It's her graduating college.
Oh, really?
And their daughter making, like, a sign. Like, oh, mommy, you graduated. Blah, blah, blah. And everyone's there, like, celebrating her graduating college. And she's pregnant again with twins. Are you gonna cry?
Wait, really?
What?
Good for her.
They're pregnant again with twins.
With twins.
Here,
Wait.
Fill up that minivan, bro. What?
That's cute. No,
Wait,
that's good.
What?
No, I can't say it. I'm pretty sure it's about Cal because I'm about to ask you a question, but it involves Cal. So I'm just going to wait.
We'll hold that in.
We'll hold it in. I'm holding it in.
For next time.
For next time.
Suspense.
I would say...
Yeah, would you rate it?
I think initially I did rate it a 4 because I was like, oh, that was brilliant. I loved it. Texted you. I was like, I finished. I think I took a nap right after.
Forgot everything immediately.
Forgot everything immediately. But the vibes were a solid 4 stars. But now, I think you're right. Like, the fact that I don't remember shit, I think it has to be like a 3.5, 3.25. Do we do 0.25s around here?
I've never seen that. 0.25, huh?
Because 3.5 seems still pretty generous, you know, but 3 is just like not okay. I think at 3.25.
Okay.
I'm gonna make 0.25 a thing.
Obviously, you missed in the extended epilogue Declan interacting with his daughter, which was very fucking cute. Which, never mind, I'm gonna keep that in too for the next time. But yeah, him interacting with, Rowan too, him interacting with his daughter was so cute. So it's very similar to that.
I need to see like a family portrait of everyone.
I couldn't do it.
I need to see a family portrait because, and they all have different, like all the women have different ethnicities in this too. So all of their babies are just like a mix of just everything, you know. I'm sure they're gorgeous, you know. All of the men supposed to be beautiful, you know. All the girlies sexy as hell.
I'm sure beautiful.
I'm sure beautiful. So like their babies probably crazy, like how beautiful they are.
I know in Rowan's they had a daughter and then she was pregnant again, right?
Yeah, in the 3-year epilogue or the what was it, like
I don't
5 years later or something?
It was a lot.
It was a crazy,
so
crazy
maybe this
time
one was
period.
like 4 or 5 too because she graduated college.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. But do you remember what she was pregnant with? Or did they
a boy.
It was a boy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because they were gonna have a girl. They had the girly, and then I'm pretty sure they were pregnant with a boy.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, she was holding her baby boy.
I thought she was pregnant.
I think she was holding her baby.
I don't think so.
I can't remember now.
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't. Oh, is this the end?
Oh, wait.
I was about to say, I was like, don't you have something else?
I watched a video.
Okay.
When I was trying to remember what the fuck happened in this book, I watched a video to remind myself.
Yeah.
And this girl said that she pictured it as a Damon and Bonnie fanfic. Like
I don't like that at all.
I don't either.
I don't like that at all.
But can you cut, like...
No.
I hated Bonnie. Yeah.
Interesting.
Her entire character from through and through.
That's not her fault. But...
Hated her.
I didn't hate her, but I just don't see that.
I also think Declan is probably... Ian, what's his name?
Somerhalder.
Yeah, he's gorgeous. Beautiful man. Beautiful man. But I think Declan's bigger
Well, for sure.
in every aspect. So, like, just
Sure,
that.
it was like a personality thing. I was like, no, it's giving more Enzo Bonnie.
Ah, Enzo.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
He gives more an Enzo vibe to me. You know?
God, Enzo.
But it just made me laugh because, you know, I love Vampire Diaries.
Yeah.
So I just thought that was really funny. One thing I kind of realized in this book.
Yeah.
So obviously we read a lot of other authors. This was the first time we read Lauren Asher.
Yeah.
And I was like, her romances are just like different, in my opinion. There's so much more of the plot.
Yeah.
And so much more going on.
I agree.
Story-wise, there's not a lot of steam stuff, which is fine. But I feel like sometimes her writing, she is so obvious.
Yeah.
Too obvious.
You think?
Yes. Just a few times. Like, it's not like the whole book. But there's like a few times she'll say stuff, and I'm like, yeah, I got it. Like, I'm not an idiot. I could have figured that out on my own. Like, when in the first one, she literally said, he is grumpy and she is sunshine. Like, that is, I swear to God, a sentence that was in that book.
Yeah.
And I can't remember it on this one. I didn't write it down, but there was another sentence, and I'm like, yeah, I got it.
Yeah. I don't need you
I'm
to
not an idiot.
spell the trope out for me.
Like, she literally, like, some things she'll, like, spell out, literally.
Yeah.
And I'm like, calm down.
I think that's, like, a way of them to kind of, like, make fun of themselves for, like, putting that trope in there. Like,
Well,
using
I don't even know
it.
if this one was tropey. I just remember it being something. Just a sentence that was stupid, in my opinion. Especially with these books being so fucking long.
They were really long.
Did you hear that?
Yes. Every time you hit the cord or the table or anything off,
I didn't hit that fucking table. It's so far away.
when you put your cup down.
Do you think...
Well,
Do you think these books need to be read in order?
yes.
I do too.
Yeah, I do.
Because this one just started like, bam, we're getting married.
Yeah.
And I don't think you would have like realized the inheritance and all this stuff behind it.
Yeah.
Without, obviously, Rowan's in it. And Zara and all
unlike a lot of other like interconnected series where you could like just kind of pick up a book and go, I think this one is like necessary to read it in order. I think you're gonna like ruin a lot of things for yourself if you read them out of order. Mm-hmm. You know?
Mm-hmm. I think it was just because like this one just jumped right fucking in.
Yeah.
Didn't even dip your toe a little bit. She was just like, boom, it's wedding day, bitch.
Yeah.
Not really, but...
It was like their engagement party.
Yes.
It was just straight up into an engagement party. By the end of chapter 1, Iris was signing up to be his
I thought
wife.
there'd be a little bit of lead up.
Yeah.
There really wasn't. And I was like, oh.
Here we go.
We're going in.
Here we go.
And then my last question really was, who do you think's more of an asshole, Declan or Rowan?
Oh, Declan.
I liked Rowan less. I thought Rowan was more of an asshole. And I think it was just... I think Declan's just fucking blunt.
Okay. Yeah.
Rowan made actual decisions that
were bad.
Really bad. Really
You're right.
awful and like really detrimentally affected people's lives. And maybe Declan did that too and we just didn't see it, which was probably the case.
No, you're right, because Rowan was very, very business oriented. He was like $sign is like what we're actually
Declan
here
is too.
for.
He wants to be the fucking CEO.
Yeah. But
I don't feel like we saw it.
I think when in their relationships, though, Declan still maintained his demeanor. And while Rowan softened up a lot more than Declan softened up.
Especially when he could be somebody else.
You're right. But I think that worked in this book because Iris already had feelings for him. Whether she wanted to admit it to herself or not, like she knew Declan for the asshole boss that he was, and she still cared enough about him to become his wife.
Still crazy.
So I think him maintaining that throughout the book worked in this one, wherein with Rowan it wouldn't have. He would have never won the girl.
Yeah, his whole grand gesture was complete personality change, pretty much.
Yeah. Literally. Yeah. So, Rowan was the bigger asshole, but I think Declan was more consistent.
He knew he was a dick, and
he owned it.
Loved it.
Yeah.
Apparently in and out of the bedroom, according to Kate.
There was some smackage.
Oh my god. So I think I'm going to give it a 3-star.
I think I'm 3.25.
3.5. Goodreads is 4.15.
Yeah.
Can't
I believe it.
remember what the first one was. But
It was 3 something.
Yeah, I would say I know it was less. Joe just edited it today, huh? You're like, I fucking know. What was it called again? The fine print, huh?
Yes.
Let's see here. 3.88.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I think it is kind of general consensus, not as good.
Fine print?
Yeah.
Yeah. Which sucks because I think I like the characters a lot in that book. The plot was just kind of lackey. The plot was really, like, obvious.
You did.
Like, you could really read between the lines on that one. Like,
And her very obvious statements.
yeah.
I think if we didn't pick this trilogy to read and I only read that one, I wouldn't have kept going.
I think I would have.
Yeah, but...
But I wouldn't have done it as quickly as I did these ones this time. Which I didn't do it very quickly. I waited until the last possible minute.
Being 2 hours ago.
More like an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Alright, what are we
I think
reading?
I eventually would have, though, finished it. But like you said with ACOTAR, like if we really only ever read the first book, you would have...
I know.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But the first book in a series is important. So, like...
Gotta hook you.
Yeah, we gotta boost these babies up.
That was wind, and it tried to open our front door.
Got you. I was like...
Someone's
heck is
trying
that?
to come in. What are we reading next time, girl?
We are finishing off the trilogy. We are reading Final Offer.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And which we will follow Callahan. Love that name. And... Alana.
I remind you all, she read this book an hour ago.
Yeah. I'm awful. But yeah, we follow Cal and Alana, and we don't know what Cal's inheritance clause is.
No.
We don't know. And we know it involves this Alana character, but we don't know what.
Or who the fuck she is.
Or who she is. So we know, I mean, yeah. Second chance romance.
We assume, yeah.
Yeah, we assume
For
it's
sure.
second chance romance.
That was our prediction.
Yeah. But
We were right.
anyways, thank you so much for listening, watching, and subscribing and following. We love you very much, and we will see you all next time.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
I literally started giving him things to edit. I'm like, edit that out, Joe.
He never does.
I know.
Never what?
When I say edit that out, Joe.
I do. I edit it out a lot, unless it's fun.
My literal favorite was this last video when you were choking. And you're like dying, pointing at him. And you were like, cut it out. I was watching it like in the middle of the night and like crying in the office and laughing.
Oh my god,
So
sometimes I
hard.
watch what you send me and I don't remember doing what I'm seeing myself do. And I'm like, God bless.
Yeah, I don't remember you choking in that last one, but it was just so funny. You're like, choke, cut this out, cut it out, cut it out. And he did. And then also he just let you die.
You're laughing at me. Do we need to clap again?
I didn't stop anything, so no.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay.
I did miss all the Taylor Swift stuff in the beginning, though, unfortunately.
Us singing?
Yeah.
Oh.
I have those audio, but I didn't turn this on yet.
My heart rate's up.
No one needs to hear us sing.
I'm the best thing at this party.
I agree.